Welcome to today's Explainer. We have a really fun one lined up for you today because we're diving into why ballroom dancing offers this absolutely unique blend of physical and cognitive benefits, specifically for adults over 50. If you're someone who's looking to optimize your health and wellness later in life, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to break down the mechanics, the real-world benefits, and the actual practicalities of getting out there on the dance floor. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. Whenever we think about picking up a completely new, complex physical skill, there's always that one big hurdle that jumps right to mind, isn't there? We look at the agility required, the intense coordination, and we inevitably ask ourselves, is it just too late to start? Honestly, it's a completely natural anxiety. A lot of us worry that past a certain age, our bodies or even our brains just aren't primed for learning all these new, intricate movements, especially something that looks as complicated as partner dancing. Well, let's look at a very reassuring truth straight from our source material. It's never too late. Now, I know, that sounds like a total cliché in the fitness world. But with ballroom dancing, this is actually one of the absolute clearest, most tangible examples of that principle in action. This is a space where beginners in their 50s, 60s, and beyond aren't just tolerated, they genuinely thrive.
So let's get into Section 1. It is never too late. Breaking the stigma.
It's really fascinating to contrast our deep-seated fears with what adult beginner dance actually looks like in reality. The myth tells us that you need this fiercely competitive mindset and super youthful, elastic agility. You're probably picturing sequins, giant trophies, and impossible backbends, right? But look at the reality. For adults over 50, learning partner steps turns regular movement into this incredibly social, structured, and highly motivating activity. You absolutely don't need to compete. You literally just need to show up to reap the rewards of a built-in community and a huge boost in confidence.
Moving right along to Section 2, the mind and body benefits, a holistic approach to aging.
If you've ever worried about losing your balance, taking a bad fall, or just generally feeling a bit stiff as you age, the physical gains here are just massive. We are talking about fundamentally better balance and mobility. The specific movements lead directly to stronger leg support and really strict posture control. Plus, all that focus on improved footwork and weight shifting, that translates directly into your everyday life, making you so much safer and more stable just walking down the street. This is where it gets really interesting, this mind-body duality. Think about standard exercise, like jogging on a treadmill. It's fantastic for you, sure, but it's largely repetitive. Your brain can totally just check out. But with ballroom dancing, you're getting that aerobic activity plus intense cognitive engagement because you have to memorize patterns and keep time to the music. And on top of all that, you're constantly reacting to a partner's physical cues. It elevates dancing from just a physical workout to a fully comprehensive brain and body conditioning activity. It's like a workout for your whole system. All right, Section 3, taking your first steps. Think of this as a roadmap for absolute beginners. The trick to starting anything new is just removing the friction. So let's break it down into 3 totally manageable steps. Step 1, simply find a beginner-friendly adult class. Easy enough. Step 2 is where you learn the frame, the basics of leading and following, and, super importantly, safe spacing. That spacing element is absolutely crucial if you aren't quite comfortable being up close with a brand new partner yet. And step 3, just attend consistently. Start with a very manageable once or twice a week. Hitting these mini milestones early on is a game changer for your confidence.
And look, if you're worried about keeping up, let me reassure you, no one expects you to memorize a 2-minute choreographed routine by day 2, even if you swear you have 2 left feet. Early sessions strictly prioritize repetition, your posture, and very basic transitions. For adults who are getting back into moving after a long break, improvement comes from repetition, definitely not from speed. Comfort is really the name of the game here.
Which brings us to Section 4, finding your dance style, matching your comfort level.
Ballroom isn't just one single thing. Different styles feel entirely distinct, so you have choices. Some beginners naturally gravitate towards slower rhythms. Why? Simply because a slower tempo makes the timing much easier to master, which takes a lot of the pressure off. But maybe you're someone who prefers lively dances because you want high energy, tons of variety, and a good aerobic push. The best choice is just the one that matches your personal comfort level, because honestly, that's what's going to keep you coming back every week. Finally, let's cover Section 5, safety, comfort, and modifications, protecting your body. Because you're engaging in a full-body, partner-based experience, your comfort literally has to be the priority. Let's run through some practical safety tips. First up, wear supportive shoes actually designed for dance. Second, use a relaxed grip initially.
Don't hold on to your partner for dear life with rigid tension, because that'll just strain your muscles. Third, always communicate with your partner or instructor if anything feels painful or wobbly. And obviously, if you have pre-existing mobility concerns, definitely chat with a healthcare professional before jumping in.
If you take away just one practical thing from this explainer today, let it be this. You are not out there on your own trying to figure out how to avoid hurting a bad knee. A good instructor is specifically trained to suggest modifications that protect your joints while keeping you actively moving. They are quite literally there to make sure older adults stay safe and engaged on the floor.
As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with this really evocative thought from the source material. Ballroom dancing after 50 isn't about trying to keep up with the youth. It's simply about finding a routine you actually enjoy, building up your skills step by step, and, as they say, letting the music do the heavy lifting, one turn at a time. It's such a powerful reminder that movement can be joyful, graceful, and totally accessible, no matter your age. So, what steps could you take this week to let the music do a little heavy lifting in your life? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I can't wait to explore our next topic with you.